Pudge, what time is
It's time for the Chubby Guys podcast.
Woo!
Boom. We're back.
Hey,
Part one.
part one. Here
Tyler,
we go.
there's your clap.
Part
We
one.
have the other Ginger.
That's right.
Oh man, yeah, you guys got something in common.
Oh
huh?
yeah, you know, and I think he won't teach me his trade because he doesn't want me to become the Ginger. He's kind of like the Ginger.
yeah,
you know?
okay.
But
There can only be one.
I've been begging him to show me kicks,
Yeah,
and he just shoves me off to the side like I'm nothing, like
Yeah.
I'm not even there. You ignore me.
yeah,
Ben Copher, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah. Ben Copher, welcome.
Cheers.
Yes,
Cheers.
absolutely.
Cups courtesy of Mr. George Smalley,
Yes.
Marshall University.
Yes.
But so we got all kinds of stuff we can talk to you about. What do you want to talk
Yeah,
about?
anything. Just
Yeah.
ask away. Open book.
I know Chad's fired up about this football.
Yeah.
And then I want to hear about your recent trip out west to Denver.
Okay.
Was that strictly for combat fighting?
Yes. So the same gym my coach Jason Prater went out to out in Colorado, Bang Muay Thai. He went out there last year, and I was trying to kind of look for a gym that was, at that same kind of level. Dwayne Ludwig's, top 5, top 10 striking coaches in the world. So I was really looking forward to getting out there at some point, and everything kind of fell into place and worked out where we could get out there for 8 to 10 days, and learned a whole lot.
How many hours a day was you going out there?
So I would start in the morning. I would have one private session, then follow up with like a class session, and then
Like classroom?
yeah. So like a group session training, and then another class in the evening, and then that was Tuesday and Thursday.
Just like instructional? Like give me a idea.
Yeah. So the private sessions are they're very intense. It's one-on-one. There's nobody else really in the gym, and it's you and your coach. It's an hour of pads, and it's 1 hour straight. I mean, there's not much
this is where you
downtime.
get this.
Yes. So
So this is a physically taxing 10 days.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's one of the boxing coaches over there.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay. So, and MMA or what?
just kickboxing.
Okay,
They do
okay.
MMA out there, but my main focus was just kickboxing.
Okay.
Yeah. So
He's brutal. He's the most horrendous coach there is
okay.
over there, especially if you're fat.
Yeah.
It's like he hates fat people.
That's not true.
I say that every time we're done. I'm like, Ben, what'd I do to you? You know?
That's not true.
He's just trying to get the most out of the workout.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So you go out there and you're just trying to learn just the next level. You gonna fight? What do you want to do?
Yeah. So we've really been on the hunt for probably the past month, 2 months or so, trying to find a place to compete, whether it be a tournament or a pro amateur card, just in kickboxing. And just trying to find a heavyweight to go with. I also go up to a gym up in Columbus called Ronin Martial Arts. There's a few heavyweights up there. Dan Spawn's up there, light heavyweight, and Lance Phillips,
Yeah,
guy
Lance,
from
yeah.
Wellston.
Well, he's been on the show.
Yeah, so super solid guys to go with and learn things from. So just trying to gather as much knowledge about it as possible. That's the way
Is it hard to find fights in heavyweight kickboxing? Hey guys, try the beardedpup.com. Some of the best men's grooming products available on the market. I'll tell you, I have been a big fan of men's grooming products my entire life. And his post-shave balm is the best that I have ever used in my 48 years. Complete facial moisturizer. You can use it on your arms, face, legs, wherever you want. The cologne at thebeardedpup.com will have your wife all over you. Guys, it's real easy. Just go to thebeardedpup.com, pull out your phone. It's really easy. Very interactive website. You can get on there, order a sample pack of any different product that you may want to try. I am here to tell you, this is Chubby Chad endorsed. I think that it is the best products on the market. Beardedpup.com. Get your phone out and go see it.
Yeah, so the way it seems like it's going is that it's all either boxing or MMA.
Okay.
There's the in between is kind of hard to find.
Okay.
And then also, with the COVID stuff, a lot of the smaller promotions they're kind of fall by the wayside because smaller promotions like that not really in it for the money. It's kind of getting name out there, recognized.
Well, I don't know what Prater and I are waiting on. I've been begging him to put a fight on with me for 2 years.
Yeah.
I keep begging him. Why aren't we doing this?
Maybe someday.
We can be like Appalachia's version of Joe and Dana.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that would be fantastic.
You can start off. You could be like our Connor.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah, Appalachian badass.
Yeah.
We'll call you.
I'll get a big deer tattoo and
Yeah.
gorilla.
An eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this
awesome.
a gorilla or an eagle?
Yeah, gorilla. Yeah,
That's what he's got on the front. I've never paid attention.
with the king's
Very
crown
nice.
on there.
Did you see Tyson hit that guy in the plane?
Yeah, that's
How did I miss that?
Saturday.
Oh my goodness!
It's a barrage. There's like 99% of the population I would pick before I would pick
Mike Tyson.
ever swinging or picking on Mike Tyson.
Who's going to swing on Mike Tyson?
This drunk guy on a plane threw a water bottle at him.
Yeah, it was a big mistake.
Yeah.
And in
just
such a
melding.
confined spot.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's nowhere to go.
Can't run.
Yeah.
No.
And then he just sat back down.
And he sat back down. It was like over.
One punch or
Several.
It was
Oh,
several.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll probably cost Mike
Uppercuts.
Tyson
Couple million.
a couple
Yeah.
million, but
You think it will? I mean, what if this guy? I mean, I guess if you're Mike Tyson, you might have to keep that in. I don't know, man. I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean, I don't blame him. The guy threw a water bottle.
Well, okay, but I mean, knowing that this is Mike Tyson, like he knows who he is.
Yeah, this
yeah.
is true.
almost baited him into it, probably. I mean, did he
yeah.
break the guy's face?
No,
No,
really.
he really didn't. I mean, he roughed him up a little bit, but maybe
Like,
Mike
if he would have
Tyson.
gone full bore, dude, like
Yeah,
that guy
maybe
would have
he's-
facial surgery.
Yeah, maybe he's
I mean-
thinking that as it's happening. Like,
Yeah.
I may tone it down a little bit. That way, this guy sees the end of this flight.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great.
I mean,
Great
you should
entertainment.
know
Yeah.
not to do that.
Yes.
Like, those guys are for real.
They're for real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, this isn't some guy at a bar.
No.
Can you imagine like calling out one of the Diaz boys?
No, some of the guys, the professional guys I've gone with, and then some of the guys. So I was out in Colorado. They have a guy out there. His name's Bobby King. He fights in Bellator, and I watched him spar the last day I was there, and it was the most incredible, beautiful piece of like artwork of mixed martial arts I've ever seen in my entire life. The movement and the fluidity and athleticism.
Power.
Power, just all of it. Watching it all come together 5 feet in front of you was just like, wow, I can't believe that's what that looks like.
That's pro.
So yeah, I mean that's you're talking about somebody that's top 30, top 40 in his weight class in the world. I mean that's how good he is.
That's pro.
Yeah,
It's the difference between pro and amateurs.
Yes, so
There is a difference.
there is a very big difference.
Yeah. So you're 5 feet away from these guys watching, and you've been to MMA fights, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've watched Lance fight a couple times. I went up to the Columbus fight just a couple weeks ago,
UFC?
or a month or so
UFC
ago.
269 or something.
Yeah. So went to that one, and then I've watched Lance fight a few times.
But when you're 5 feet away,
Yeah, it puts it all in perspective. You see how fast they're moving and how much power they're generating and how fluid everything looks. When you watch it on TV, anybody can be like, just throw a knee or throw a kick or throw a jab or this or that, but they don't understand the timing of it, how fast it's actually happening. Mm-hmm. So it's so high risk, high reward, and it's the ultimate reward, but the ultimate risk of getting knocked out, getting choked out, but also being able to do that to somebody else. Mm-hmm. It's so visceral, being hand to hand. So it's similar to football. It reminds me a lot of football, but it's even more personal than that. Mm-hmm. So
it's crazy to watch these guys. It's crazy just to watch even like I haven't seen you since you've been back, but
yeah,
after Prater got back from there, I saw even what he was capable of doing.
Yeah, it's totally different. And see, I had the advantage of when he came back, him sharing some knowledge with me, and then even going out there and then seeing it, and then being able to take that knowledge that I learned, come back, and then sharpen that blade. It's just it's wild.
So are they teaching you like anything to do with like, okay, you see these guys, like I always think of McGregor and Aldo.
Okay.
And Aldo, he's 4 or 5 steps deep, sweet spot, out, right?
Yes.
Are they teaching you? I mean, I know they're saying chin, But are they teaching you like direct spots in this? Like when you get up in these levels, or like are they like, hey, you need the knuckle of your toe to be here, or you need this angle of your foot to be here?
There definitely is that.
There's buttons
level of it that's that high. So like who is it? I think it was Robbie Lawler back when he was in his heyday. He would talk about throwing jabs off. So obviously, you're always trying to throw at someone's head. He would talk about throwing jabs off to the side of someone's head to get their head to slip the direction he wanted it to go. So, I mean, Jose Aldo's really good with his low left hook and a right round kick. That's like his trademark, is being able to throw that. Well, if you think about it, you throw a hook, you're getting their weight to shift to their lead leg. Well, that's when he chops your leg away with a round kick. So it definitely does get to that level. But I'm way far.
So are you timing guys out? Are you 2 or 3 moves ahead at all times?
No, I mean it
can't be.
No, it depends on who you're going with, and I mean I've had people do that to me, and I've done it to other people. So, but there is a part of it that they call timing, and that's being able to find the rhythm of what someone's doing and what they're going to counter with.
Well, if you're in rhythm with them, then they're in rhythm with you too. Though
it can be. It can be that way.
Yeah, it's a dance.
Yes, it is a dance, and it's wild too. You see it more often than not. And when somebody throws, whatever kind of strike it may be a jab or a cross or a jab and a cross, that person that they just threw it to follows back with the same thing. It's wild. If you really watch a lot of fights, it doesn't really matter what kind of strike it is. A lot of the times they follow back with the same exact strike. It's kind of like monkey see, monkey do. Like you're always going to repeat the same thing for some reason. I'm not sure why that is, but it does seem to work. I do it. People do it to me. It's
how long have you been training?
So when I first started coming down here 6 years ago, when I was at Ohio Dominican, I started coming down here, and I was looking just to do combine training. So this is probably a good story here. Yeah. So I done playing football at Ohio Dominican, and then I had the opportunity to go play in a bowl game down in Myrtle Beach. And so I get down there, everything's going according to plan. We get done playing the game, and I see this guy who starts walking over to me, and our helmets, our logos in college had it was like a D with like a cat's claw for a panther. And a guy comes up to me. He's like, "Did you go to Ohio Dominican?" "Yeah." And Austin Osborne and Ethan Quinn. Well, that was Jason. And he was down there with Drew Irvin. Drew was playing in the bowl game down there. Yeah. And so Jason goes, "I've got a gym down here in Chillicothe." And I'm like, "I don't know where the hell Chillicothe's at." So where's that at? Yeah. So he's like, if you're interested in coming down and start training, come on down. And so I came down, and first day there, we took all our measurables. I was 348 pounds, so it was close to 350. And so take all our measurables, and I'm far, far away from where I actually need to be. And
measurables for what?
Just combine testing, pro agility, broad jump, vertical jump, all that kinds of bench press. So I had a couple pro days lined up, and then I also had a couple, they call it like a showcase, like an overseas showcase, where different overseas teams may see some of the films that they record there. And Jason's like, "Let's go. Let's see what we can do." So it started off, it was just doing performance training. So I drive down 4 or 5 days a week, sometimes Saturdays, and train. And then I would I had an internship that I had to fulfill that semester for my senior year. So I asked him if I could intern there. And it started off, I just, got ladders out and put cones up, and I was standing behind, Jason Osborne as they were coaching, just trying to pick up things that how they organize the workout, how they talk to the kids, this and that. And so I needed to burn up some time while I was down there, so I started boxing. And the boxing workouts used to just crush me bad all the time. Every workout was like, this is like the worst workout every time. So I started going down there, and when we were going down for the boxing workouts, I was having fun, but I really just used it just to lose weight. I mean, it wasn't like some big deal to me. And so after that, I signed a contract to go play football in Australia, and then that fell through. So then that's when I moved down here.
From where? Where were you then?
From Columbus.
Columbus.
Yeah.
You originally from there?
No, I'm originally from Germantown.
Okay.
It's southwest of Dayton.
Yep.
Small farm town. And so moved down here, and I was a bailiff at the juvenile court here. So signed a contract to go play in France, go there, play there, come back, and football was just kind of done. I was over it. So go back to work at the courthouse. Then, the kickboxing thing to me, it was still kind of interesting. I'm not really sure, like thinking back on it, like when a light like clicked, like hey, maybe I could do something with this.
I want to compete.
I want to compete. And I think things just started to make more sense as we went along, like different things that Jason would teach me or show me. And so, it just kind of clicked all together. It makes sense. The combinations, the movement, all that kind of stuff makes sense. And so then after that, we just kept hitting pads, kept doing some movement work, all this kind of stuff. And then Lance came down for a few rounds and sparred with him. And then after that, I was like, man, maybe I can do something with this. Like, I'm never going to make millions of dollars off of it, but have fun and see what I can do. I do miss competing in some way. So I've competed in football, basketball, sports since I was a young kid. So
you're not ready to make the man move of hanging it up, or
no,
because you'll get to a point, won't you? Where
you might take advantage of it now.
Yeah. I mean, how old are you?
29.
Oh yeah,
29,
man, you're in good
yeah.
shape.
Yeah,
you got
a few years left.
I always enjoy hitting pads, and it would be fun to be like 50, 55 and just watch some young kid think he's gonna whip up on the old man.
Yeah.
And be able to
lace him up.
Yeah, exactly. So that'd be kind of fun. I'd always find that enjoyable.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
I think the boxing is just good for your soul. Like I feel good after I box.
Yeah.
Like
it's so when I was in France, I tried to get people to hold pads for me, and they didn't really know what they were doing, so it was kind of hard to do. Some of them would work with me a little bit, but that 6-month stretch was like, oh my gosh, man! Like I can't wait to just get my hands on a heavy bag.
Yeah,
like because it was, and now I can't go more than 2-3 days not hitting a heavy bag.
Have you ever done? Have you ever went through a boxing routine?
Very, very high level, man. When we did it as part of our training in college football, some
okay.
It was just like one station, and I mean, there was no technique. It was just handwork, and cardio.
Man, I don't know what it is about it. I love it.
That's good.
I mean, I have I just feel better after doing boxing.
That's what we want.
Unless you're the teacher that day.
Oh. Well, that's still what we want.
Well, Dragon's probably as aggressive as you are.
Okay.
He's pretty rough. Like him, he's not a morning person.
We just want you to feel like, you've gotten a good workout in. And
You've about killed me in a boil a couple times. Yeah.
That's probably good feedback, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, so the thing is that, I've heard that before from different people. And the thing I always say is that if I was going, say I was going to a gym,
you'd want
wherever it may be. Yeah. If I'm, paying a dollar amount for something, I want to feel like I'm getting something out of it. If us as a coaching staff, when you walked in, it was just like, hey man, there's some push-ups and you can hit the bag a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, in 7 minutes, bye, like that. I would kind of feel wronged a little bit. So,
well, I mean, that's the differentiation there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get coached.
Yeah. So that's the thing. The two things I've always said is two things I want to see people do while they're boxing is sweating and smiling. Like if those two things are going on, like we're in good shape. So, yeah.
I've seen her borderline cuss you too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a daily occurrence for her.
I mean, usually we're right there around the same bag, and she's giving you the same look I am.
Yeah. It's a daily occurrence.
No, you guys do a good job over there, man. I have a good time. I was wondering, so out west, you just basically went out there to learn your craft, and now you're looking for a tournament or something to enter.
Yeah.
Or a team, or not a teammate, but a opponent.
Yeah. So just went out there, learned a whole bunch, ate some good food.
Is this a sanction thing? Like, is there a organization? What is it?
Yeah, there's like different tournaments are like sanctioned by different like organizations.
So, like, are you a member of an organization?
That would be a way I would go. To my understanding, like if there was a tournament that I would go into, so
you would have to join that
XYZ, organization, and then sanctioned by that same organization. So it just basically gives you the thumbs up. It's like, yeah, you're okay to compete. Because there's different classes, you're not going to put somebody that's 0-0 that's never fought against somebody that's
20-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, their kind of way of governing that.
They also got to find somebody that can match your weight.
Yes.
That's, oh no.
So that's been the other hard part.
Well, this happened. Like, how close are these things to around here? Is this a travel sport?
Excuse me. West Virginia is seems to be a spot. Indiana, Iowa. Those are like the big three that I've heard of so far.
Okay.
So
I'd like to check that out.
Well, I would too.
Yeah.
If it's in West Virginia, I'd love to go watch.
Yeah, I love that stuff. That'd be great.
yeah, it'll be fun.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
what else we got?
Well, I mean, I was in part two. I want to take a deep dive, and we'll start with Ohio Dominican and your experience of like playing in the game, doing the pro days, and then you wind up playing abroad.
Yeah.
I was looking at that and I've heard about that, and I didn't even realize that there were professional football teams in France.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm just curious about that league. Like, are there a lot of Americans in it? What,
Well, let's take part two.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got
Sounds
pee?
good. No, I'm good.
You've drank that whole water almost.
I know. I'm a big guy.
Jeez.
I do. I'll take a pee.
Yeah. Chad'll pee.
Yeah, I always.
There's charges on him. Tyler, we're in part two. Go
I'm
ahead and-
I'm sure they did.
Did they?
I'm sure they did.
Well, they had that guy just full on drunk messing with him on video.
Yeah. The thing is, I think if he just goes to court, it's just like, look, you're Mike Tyson. You can't be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, him
not
punching
like-
somebody, it's essentially like me or you pulling a gun on somebody, probably.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like, he didn't know law.
Yeah.
He's been smacked on the wrist before.
Yeah.
The way I look at it, and somebody put it to me this way, is like, look, this guy had to wear gloves to protect other human beings from not being, ripped to shreds, and he just waylaid this guy. Just a barrage of punches.
It was a barrage of punches.
I got to look that. I've not seen it.
It's fantastic.
There was probably 4 or 5. I mean, and they didn't look like crazy.
No.
I mean, it didn't look like you thought it would look.
No. That's what I'm saying. I think maybe he may have toned it down, maybe just a
Caught
notch.
himself after the first one, kind of like, ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Better not do
He's
that.
like, look, we can fork over a couple million, just not
Yeah.
a prison sentence.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I really enjoy listening to him nowadays.
Oh, yeah. He's fantastic.
Do you listen to him much?
I've listened to him a couple times on Rogan.
He was just on there the other day.
Yeah.
Again.
It's-
Oh, he was back. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. till
His
yesterday.
podcast has been sporadic, man.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of them are doing that. A lot of them are they'll take a 6-month break.
Yeah.
You know, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
It seemed like even Rogan there for a while was like day to day, every day podcasts, maybe sometimes 2 a day, and then turned out to now it's like maybe 1 or 2, 3 a week.
I think he's under the
playing
more
reruns.
four a week.
Yeah.
So much as it is day by day. It seems like he's like Tuesday through Friday, maybe.
But it's more sporadic than what it used to be, man.
Yeah.
Is it?
It feels like it to me.
I think so
have to
too.
listen to it.
I haven't listened to it nearly as much because of that, man.
Yeah.
I haven't cared much for his guests.
I haven't either. Like,
Have you?
What was the one? I'm
There's
gonna
been a
mess up
few
his
here and
name. I can't remember. Anyways, the guy did research on search engines, and it was pretty wild.
I haven't seen
if
that
you,
one yet.
If you could deep
every
dive
now
into
and then I
that.
have a different one. Like, hey, do you want to help develop your child's athletic ability? Or maybe you want to get off the couch and make yourself a little bit better. They earn the day at AP Prep. Look them up, apprep.info. Hey, are you a business owner looking for insurance coverage? Give this guy a call. You know him. You trust him. Jason Gillum, Gillum Insurance, 740-395-0190. I'm not ripping on it at all, but like, I guess I got a little bit tired of like just stand-up comedian.
I did too.
Yeah, he did go back to back.
And it's kind of like, come on, man. I mean,
Now I love
some of them are funny as hell too.
Yeah.
I love it when Joey Diaz or Theo Vaughn's on
Oh,
there.
Joey Diaz. Yeah, both of
if
them
those
are
guys are on there, I'm
fantastic.
like, I'm listening to that.
it. Yeah.
And I like Theo Vaughn's.
Yeah.
What's your
He's
other
pretty
podcast you listen to?
I like Tim Pool. I like Tim Dillon. He's pretty funny. And then I listen to some with Joey Diaz. Not too many though, but it's mainly those 3 or 4.
What is it, Uncle Joey's Joint?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you listened to that one at all?
His Instagram shorts are also fantastic.
They are. Yeah. They really
Good
are.
times.
That's about all I've been listening to. Ernest, I've been listening to one Nashville podcast called with Just Being Ernest. It's the guy he's hot songwriter right now, but that's about it. What have you been listening to?
Man, I've been like listening to like global news podcasts and
Really?
stuff. Some, yeah.
Trying to get smart.
No, just like listening about that Ukraine war and different
Is it
stuff.
over?
Yeah. No.
What's going on there?
Well, I mean, it's ugly.
Well, they ain't took it over
looks
yet.
ugly.
No, they still haven't got Mariupol, but they've kind of pulled away. They're changing
What's
the fight.
Mariupol?
They've just battered that city. It's
Oh, it's a city.
seaside city. I mean, they've just obliterated it. But they're holding out now, like in a steel factory, and rather than storming it, they're just surrounding it and waiting on them to come out.
I mean, what's the point?
Dude, I don't know. I mean,
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I don't get into that whole thing really. I don't.
I mean, what's that going to do?
It makes me sad.
it is. It's very hard to
it's-
get wrapped around.
Yeah.
I almost. It's almost like a soap opera. Like I want to hear every day. Like, what fell? today?
Yes.
What happened?
I just
So,
remember,
so you're paying attention to the actual city of this.
I mean, there's several cities around there. I mean, it's atrocious what's going on. And of course, my fear is, I mean, there's going to be something happen, or I'm afraid there's going to be something happen that's going to get us all in the middle of it.
Right.
And that's what I don't want to see.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I just remember it started. Then 2 or 3 days later, I was just like pulled up this video on Twitter, and it was literally a fighter jet like coming in,
Yeah.
shot a missile right into this building, and these people are just like scrambling for their
Yeah,
lives.
hospitals,
It's like, oh my
apartment
God.
buildings.
Whatever.
It's crazy.
And so what's happening as far as like China and all them right now?
I mean, everybody's kind of. I mean,
Just
what-
watching.
My interpretation, they're all kind of like.
Yeah.
I mean, the West is basically giving them. I mean, billions of dollars of weapons.
yeah.
But like eventually, like that's one of my concerns. Like, how many weapons can we give them so that we still have enough?
Right.
I mean, it's great, but like,
Huh?
I don't know.
I agree.
I have watched it. I've turned it all off.
That's good.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, you'll be
probably-
happier that way.
Now-
Yeah, I need to step back from that. I'll tell you what I've been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot of audiobooks, man.
Have you?
I've been eating Audible up, and it's got me not away from podcasts, but I'm big into the true crime ones. My wife and I still listen to 3 true crime podcasts.
Okay.
That's cool.
I told you about that movie Captive I watched on Netflix, didn't I?
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
I probably did that several shows ago. Did you watch it?
I've never
about
seen
the
it.
Lucasville riots.
Oh, you know what? Is it like a documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I've seen
pretty
it.
cool.
It's been years ago.
That's about the last cool thing I think I watched. I've been trying to find something cool.
If you haven't seen, if you're in the movies, Devil All the Time with Tom Holland,
I haven't seen
it's
that.
about Knock 'em Stiff, Ohio.
Oh,
Okay, what's it
It's
called?
Devil All the Time.
Devil
It's
All
not.
the Time.
It's not.
Is
true.
it another damn heroin movie?
No. It's kind of cult like,
Oh,
but
all right.
so
the church?
Yes.
Okay.
So the
Going to hell?
Knock 'em Stiff. No, Knock 'em Stiff is in it. Chillicothe is in it. They call it the Mead, but
Yeah.
there's a part where they portray Knock 'em Stiff
Huh.
or Chillicothe, excuse me, as they're walking through it. It's pretty cool. It's a good movie to watch.
Okay.
Tom Holland,
Check it out.
Robert Pattinson,
Is it on Netflix?
good stuff. Yeah. It's a Netflix movie.
I didn't know this.
Gotta check it
Now
out.
we learned something.
Yep. All right. Now we got something.
Hey guys, on behalf of the Chubbies, huge thanks to Geiger Brothers Construction. Give them a call at 740-286-0800. They've been great community supporters, and they are a friend of the Chubby program, so thank you, Geiger Brothers Construction. My God, as a parent of an 8-year-old with a family and moving through life, the best thing I ever did was download the McDonald's app. What a breeze. Order for your family. Pull up. They bring it to you. Easy. Download the app today from McDonald's.
Hey, if we want to talk movies,
Is he your guy?
you'll need
Are you a gamer?
You'll need part 3 and 4. Oh yeah.
I figured you were a
Yeah.
gamer.
All these guys, big time gamers.
Big time.
We
yeah.
didn't know. And
They have no social life.
They're
gamers and fighters.
Gamers,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. The gamers come out of the closet
Yeah.
on the Chubby Guys podcast.
Yeah. What more?
I can't wait to short clip that one.
What more can you do is kickbox and go home, turn on the Xbox and play Xbox.
I guess you guys are all into it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
That's
big
awesome.
thing.
Yeah.
Ross is into it. Still.
Oh,
He-
my.
Does he
Oh,
take
my.
it on the road with him?
No.
He doesn't.
No, not that I know of. No, he doesn't try. He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
in
He's
that
not
on
in
the
it.
weekends with us, but I'm not that I know of.
Okay. All right. Huh.
I mean, he might. I don't know.
So tell us about this football overseas.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
Chad,
mean, let's-
we've had to how many times have we had to reschedule this thing? 3, 4?
Yeah.
And a lot of us
That's
do to me, so I apologize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Chad
it's
said
no
he had to
problem.
be here, so
It
I'm going to turn
happened.
this
That's
over
all
to
that
Chad.
matters.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just think there are so few people that play a full college football career, and even fewer people that then extend it.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you could kind of just tell us really quickly, like what led you to Ohio Dominican, quick overview of your career there, and
Okay.
then really tell us like the post college football
Okay.
and what that was about, man.
Okay.
So your timeline.
So, all right. So I'm a sophomore, junior in high school at Valley View. My coach, Coach Jay Nysonger, has a lot of connections, the college coaches, and knows a lot of guys. And with my size and frame, just was getting some interest, having college coaches stop in, letters, so on, phone calls, so on and so forth. And so it was a lot of MAC schools, some Big Ten schools, so on and so forth, but I wasn't the best in the books. So kind of led me to the Division II path. If I had the ability to play Division I, if not, I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't go back and alter it anyway.
Well, I would imagine you'll agree with me, and I'm not going to interrupt you anymore. But
go ahead.
I think when we talk Division I, Bull Championship Series, Division I, whatever. I used to call it 1AA.
Yeah, 1AA, yeah.
And Division II. I mean, the differences in those players are so minute.
Yeah.
I mean, there's size sometimes.
It's the size.
Yeah.
It's the size.
So, yeah. I mean,
So I've
you're 6'4"?
6'6".
You're 6'6".
Yeah.
At that time, 350.
Yeah. And I played college. I was from like 305 to 350.
Playing what position?
I played offensive line, right tackle, right guard. Didn't play center, left guard, left tackle through my time there.
Okay.
So, but yeah,
it's not small.
No, but I was also very that was an outlier. There weren't many guys
moving
that were that size at the Division II level. Now you'll have guys like at storied programs, Ashland, Grand Valley, Ferris State, that are that frame, that size. But I don't know how much you guys know about Ohio Dominican. It's very small.
Right.
2,000 students, 2,500 students. It seats probably 2,200 people in the field. Our weight room was in the trailer, legitimately.
In a trailer.
In a trailer. Yeah, that's a true story.
Yeah.
Wow. Our weight room and sports medicine place was all.
But they've been, a good program.
Yeah. I mean, Coach Conley recruited me, so all the kind of D1 love kind of fell through. And so Coach Conley and Coach Nysonger were good friends. Coach Conley used to coach at Middletown High School.
Oh, okay.
Prior
to Ohio State?
Yes.
Yeah.
So prior to Ohio State, and then he was he's a well-known recruiter for Ohio State. He's recruited all the big Ohio State legends.
Yeah. Okay.
So got done with that. I think he worked at ESPN doing some ESPN 300 recruiting stuff like that. And then he took the head coaching job at Ohio Dominican. And first season there, they went from NAIA to Division II his first season. And they also went to the GLIAC. Well, the GLIAC at that point in time was Grand Valley, Ferris State, Ashland, Saginaw Valley State, Hillsdale.
Was Indianapolis in that?
Yes, Indianapolis in that time. These are powerhouses for Division II. So they got beat a lot. They were 2-9 my senior year, going to where I was getting ready to enter college. 2-9. So he's telling us, come in. I promise we're going to turn this thing around. Because a lot of the guys that they had at that time were all NAIA-sized guys. And the difference there, the disparity there between NAIA size and Division II at that level was big. So, but I've always been and will always be super appreciative of the guys who were juniors, seniors when I was a freshman, because they were guys that didn't have the natural athletic ability. They weren't naturally strong. They were just grinders. Yeah,
just worked their rear ends.
Yes. So those guys kind of showed us young guys that it's that's what you're going to have to do that with your ability to be what we want you to be, to be the best that you guys can be here. So get there. My freshman year, we go 7-4. I made it into the 2 deep. And then my freshman year really just focused on trying to learn, understand the game of football. Why do people do this way? Why do they do it this way on this play and this way on that play?
Oh, yeah. Offensive line play at the college level is a whole different ballgame than what you do in high school.
It's wild. So high school, it's very, all right, this is your guy. You block this guy.
Yeah.
This is
cat blocking. You block this cat. I block this cat. Yeah.
Point to him. That's who you're blocking. And so then also same thing, Coach Conley, it was trying to reiterate to us, just you have to try and appreciate what these older guys are doing. because you guys are going to be up, and that was the class that they were we were hoping for.
Yeah.
That was going to put everything together. And my offensive line coach there, Coach McIntyre, he showed us a lot of things too. Very undersized guy, played Division III football, and coached Division III football. So he also understood and appreciated the fact it's like, you guys have tools that the guys that I just coached didn't, so we're going to have to work with those tools, and I expect you to be that good.
Yeah, right.
So I owe a lot to him. I owe a lot to the coaches there. I'll always be appreciative of Coach Mack and Coach Jack Rudy that were all there. But yeah, get there, try and learn the game of football. My freshman year, we wind up being 7-4, beat teams that we had no business beating, just outgrinded people.
Yeah.
And then my sophomore year, go 8-3, beat teams that we should have beat, lost to teams that we should have lost to. Then my redshirt sophomore year, that's when we exploded. We beat. There was a game we played at home, played Grand Valley, and Grand Valley was like the granddaddy of the conference.
Yeah.
And we beat them like a drum, 57-14, 57-17.
Was Butch Jones there then, or was that
he was
Mike
not.
Kelly era?
It was after.
That was back when I was
Yep.
in college when he was around there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So still a storied program.
Oh my, yeah.
So beat them, run the table, go 10-0, win the conference, make it to the playoffs, and get the bye week, get beat by West Texas A&M, and it also is a really good program. The teams that you start getting into when you get into the playoffs, Division II, you're going to run across 3 or 4 guys, 2, 3, 4 guys that are they have a shot to play on Sundays.
Oh yeah.
And that team had like 3 or 4 guys that did play on
That
Sundays.
did, yeah.
So at the Division II level, that's just that's an anomaly. That just doesn't happen very often. So my junior year, made it to the playoffs, got beat by Ferris State, beat Ferris State back in the playoffs, and then lost out in Colorado, actually, in Pueblo, Colorado, to the team who eventually won the national championship. Then my senior year went 8-3. Things didn't work out the way we wanted it to, but it was all good. So fast forward, get done. I was like, man, we had NFL coaches that come in during the season because we had a couple pass rushers that were really good, a wide receiver that was really good, and then a running back that was really good. And Des Stewart, who was our wide receiver, it was pretty much a lock. Like, this guy was going to get a shot at a training camp or practice squad or whatever it may be. So, they seemed like they had interest in me. So it's like, all right, we got to see what we can do. And then once I started coming down here, then it all kind of clicked. It's just like it all fell into place. Trying to get an idea of what it is we need to do, like aim for, as far as numbers wise, test wise, and then at that point, it's just kind of let the chips fall where they may.
So give me an example. Chad probably already knows this, but what are the what kind of numbers are they looking for after college? Like, if you're wanting a shot at a combine, I guess is that what you're doing it for?
Yeah. So pro days, it's very like it's a lot of numbers.
This is someone that's already went to college at a high level. This
Yes.
is D2.
Yep.
Athletic scholarships given.
Yes.
And now you're looking to go to the next level. So what are they looking at your 40 time? Or are they looking at your...
they'll be looking at, if they're interested, they'll be looking at, a lot of tape, and they want to see you play against other guys. So my senior year, Matt Judon was the starting defensive end for Grand Valley. Matt Judon he's been in the Pro Bowl twice. He plays for the Patriots now. He's one of the highest paid pass rushers in the league. Yeah. So they want to see you play against guys like that.
Probably want to see practice tapes of you against your guys.
And we also exactly. So it all kind of. I was fortunate, if I had the chance to do something with that, I had ample amount of opportunity to play against guys that went to the NFL, played in the NFL, went to the CFL, played in the CFL. Like, there was multiple guys that went against that were at that level at that time.
So they've looked at your film. And
looking at numbers, for offensive line, obviously going to look at your bench press.
Where does it need to be?
Yeah, I think for offensive tackles at that point, offensive guards, probably like 26 to 32 reps.
Of 225?
Yep, somewhere in there.
26 to 32 reps.
I would say so. That's probably about average. And then your 10-yard splits, they're going to focus on the most. I wouldn't assume they really care about your 40.
Shuttle?
10-yard splits, your 40, just your first 10 yards, however fast you run it. And then your short shuttle, your 5-10-5. And then they run you through individual drills. But that's pretty much it.
Huh. What kind of times are they looking for on these?
Times for 5-10-5, I would assume now. I paid attention to it then. I don't anymore because football is actually, it's not one of, I still watch it, but it's one of the least watched sports that I pay attention to. So I would assume for guards, it's going to be 4.78 to 4.88, somewhere in there. For tackles, it's maybe a hair smaller, hair faster, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10-yard split, you're looking 1.71 to 1.84.
And it's that many tenths of a second. Like,
Yeah.
if you're 1.95, you're out.
I mean,
You might not be out, but you're.
yeah, to me, those people get wrapped up in too many of those numbers because at the end of the day, you don't line up against somebody and be like, hey, man, what was your 10-yard split? Oh, my 10-yard split was that. Well, I'm going to beat you. Like, it doesn't work like that. You still have to play the game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think the tape really probably has
I
a
think
lot? And then just the eyeball test, so to speak,
Yeah.
when you're there, how you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself, what's your footwork like? I mean,
Yes.
my God, the guy's big.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
his wingspan is X.
right, and they want to see you go against high caliber talent. I mean, it's so there's a guy in the draft this year. His last name's Penning. He's from the University of Northern Iowa. Plays tackle, and I'm a Steelers fan. I would really like the Steelers to draft him because he's very nasty. He plays with aggression, finishes every play. He may not be the best, most skilled tackle, but
Man, at the Senior Bowl practice, he was just eating guys.
he was
I've
eating
seen
people
that.
up.
I've seen a
It
lot
was
of that tape.
fantastic.
I know.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
and I really like Tyler Lindenbaum, the center from Iowa. I think I think he's really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean they're going to pay attention. They're talking about millions and millions of dollars. Like they're going to
big
find
investment, man.
Yeah, it's a big investment.
Yeah.
So did you go to like the combine, or you went to that bowl game? You had a pro day at ODU.
Yeah, the pro day at Ohio Dominican,
Yeah.
and then I went to one up at Kent State as well because Coach Conley was able to get a hold of their head coach and kind of work me in.
out. That's good.
So get done with that, and then don't get any calls, which was fine. And then there was a guy that Coach Conley was good friends with that was going to go coach in Australia. It was like a new startup league.
Yeah.
It all looked very legit. Started off like really promising. They were signing big name players like Blake Sims, used to play quarterback at Alabama, was on the roster. There was a couple kids that I had played against that were on the roster. Like, these are big name guys. And then it all just kind of fell apart, which, it happens. So go to France. So the rules in Europe are a little different than they are here. They play by NCAA rules. They don't play by NFL rules. And they also only allow 2 Americans on the field at the time.
Okay. So this is primarily a French league played by Frenchmen.
Yes.
Okay.
So and to them, they're the people that are there, they're eating it up. It's not like a pastime to them. But you also, like, when you get there, and I love my guys that I was there with, but when you get there, you have to think back to the football. It's the IQ is back to like high school.
Oh, okay. That was what I was curious about.
Yeah,
man.
it's about getting people lined up in the right spot, the right spacing.
They're really not. They haven't grown up with the game.
No,
right?
they have not. So they go through it way differently too. So they have it sectioned out where it's. I think some teams do U14, U16, U19, and then seniors.
So you're not really on a high school team.
No, you're going
club teams.
Yes. So and during that time, like U16, they play with pads on, but they play with flag, and they only play with 9 players.
Oh, okay.
So the spacing is way different. The alignment is way different. Everything is different.
Yeah.
The U19 team, that's more similar to high school.
Okay.
So while you were there, you have to coach. That's like a part of your contract. You have to coach U16, U19 teams.
Oh, okay.
So it's I figured out very fast that the only English that they know is like off of movies and hip hop.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to explain to somebody, it's like you need to take a 6-inch step to your right and 2 inches upfield. They're like, "What's that? What's 6 inches?"
You do a wobble wobble.
Yes, exactly. So it's like
a little wobble wobble.
Where do I go? So while I was there, I learned just a few words. Je veux was I want. I learned that because like if we were out to dinner, it would have to be a conversation like this. So there were 3 guys there that spoke a good bit of English.
Yeah.
But if you were French, I'd have to be like, "Hey, tell him that I like his shirt, and then he would tell him, and then turn back around. So you can see how annoying that gets. It gets very frustrating.
Yeah. Did you pick up some of the language by being like submersed in it, or is it
a little bit? Like I said, so je veux was I want, and I figured that out because like if we went out to eat, I would be like je veux. I would know like some words were this, and so I'd be like je veux. I would just point, and they would like look at me like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, je veux." Just keep saying it because over there, the people, everybody, I stuck out like a sore thumb. Like people are much smaller frame, like they're shorter, skinnier. They're just very small people. So when they see me walking around, red beard, big guy, red hair, they're like, "Yeah, you're not from here," and they can tell right away. It's like as soon as you say a word, it's like, "Yeah, they're not from here."
Yeah.
So I picked up some. So when I learned in coaching. I think it was Kamsa was that's like this. So I would always start like this Kamsa, like and then do what I wanted them to do.
Yeah.
And some of them got it, some of them didn't. But it was entertaining.
What was it like being coached? I mean, or like playing the game there? Was it played at a much lower level than what you played at Ohio Dominican?
Yeah. So it's not because they don't have the athletic ability. It's because it's just the knowledge. You know, you would be able to. You would know what people were doing before they even did it.
Yeah.
So just based off alignment.
Yeah.
So I played offense and defensive line. I haven't played defensive line in years.
Yeah, right.
And
you played both ways.
Yeah. So it came off for kickoff return and kickoff. That was it. Everything else is out
I hope there
there.
was a lot of conditioning.
How many
Yeah.
people,
Oh yeah. There was a lot of
people
people.
in the stands at these things?
Like 9.
Oh.
So what my mother came over there.
Yeah.
And she had a run-in with some of the referees. So the refereeing out there was a little different than it is here.
Okay.
Don't speak any English.
Yeah.
It's all French. So I got chop blocked a lot while I was out there. So somebody, hold me up top. Somebody cut me out from underneath me. It's just very dangerous, man. I mean,
Very dangerous and illegal.
I'm 5,000 miles away.
Yeah.
Like last thing I want to do is blow my ACL out.
Yeah.
And so she had one too many chop blocks and threw a full water bottle at a referee in the middle of the game. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
If you listen to this, but I love you. But it was out of love. But she had enough.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's not like some big.
Well, again, is it like do they kind of struggle to interpret the rules of the sport?
I think that's it, and the game happens. I mean, you're still talking. You're still talking about adults. Like the game's still happening very fast. And they're when I was there, they were not used to. I don't know how many American linemen they had, but they were not used to that level of violence. Like so it's just like whoa.
Like you were probably. I mean, and you don't have to give yourself self props here. You're not doing that at all. But I mean, honestly, you were probably dominant.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't played defensive line since I was in high school. And in 4 games, I think I had like 24 tackles, like 5 sacks, 3 or 4 forced
just completely
fumbles.
Unblockable.
Yeah, I mean it was
borderline. Not even.
It was fun.
Yeah. What were the schemes like, man? I mean, was it modern day football? Or
yeah,
were they kind of.
A lot of teams invested in quarterbacks and running backs as Americans, so they could understand the spread, they could understand read option, and then it's just like, all right, you wide receiver is like you run a post, you run it out.
Yeah, right.
So it's very simple.
And what was the O-line play like, man? I mean,
it was rough.
Really?
It was rough.
Any polls or, I mean?
No, not really. I mean, there were some teams that had a little bit more advanced like strategy, you could tell. But
I bet people struggle on the backside.
Yeah, for the most part, it's just like, just block a guy. And so that's where you have a lot of like broken plays that way because people just don't know where they're supposed to be going.
Yeah, right.
No gap discipline.
None at all.
Yeah,
nobody's scooping anybody backside.
No, those are very. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
So because you turn and you're 7 yards downfield because this guy's way over here, and then you turn. It's like, how did we just get tackled for a 4-yard loss?
Yeah, what's going on?
What is going on? And you go back and watch the film, and it's like 3 people didn't block a soul.
Yeah.
Like, you're blocking each other. Like,
that would have to be, I mean, moderately frustrating.
It is. It was.
I mean,
it was.
So, like, was there a time during that season where you're like, man, I mean, this is fun, but I'm probably not going to do it again?
Yeah. So I always say that I would never go back and do it again.
Right.
But I would never change going back for the first time.
You're glad you did it.
Yes, because it was a fantastic experience. It really was. It made me appreciate the game. It and those kids was over there and the adults was over there. It's they don't know, but to them it's like you played at Ohio State. Like it's just like you're, oh my God, like you came here to play American football. Like this is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
How many Americans were you allowed on team?
We had one guy that was from Sacramento, California, and he had been there the year before. He played safety and wide receiver. And then we had another guy that had dual citizenship, and he was also from California. He was a quarterback. But he understood the game. Like, he understood the game the way I understand the game. So he could help facilitate things in the offense. It was just getting the people, everybody, to be on the same page.
Were you guys kind of like player coaches a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's kind of, me and him actually had a lot of run-ins when I first got there. But it all ironed itself out. But because he's a solid dude. But yeah, it is very like player coachy.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Was this a one season and you were done?
Yeah, one season. Yep.
How long was the season?
I got there, I think like January, second week of January, and I left. It was the end of June.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Pretty long.
You played like some weeks you'd play on a Saturday and Saturday, and then the following Sunday. And then some weeks you'd play on a Saturday and maybe get a bye week or two.
Yeah.
Then when would you be doing the coaching?
The coaching was so like we would practice on say Mondays and Wednesdays. I would lift on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that was usually when the U19s, U16s played. So like if we played every other weekend, they played on the weekends where we didn't play.
Okay.
So, and there's the kids. That was the most enjoyable part.
Was the coaching?
Was the coaching? Yeah, because like I said, those kids, they think the world of you.
Right.
And they think the world of you, and just being able to have a little bit of an impact on them.
Yeah.
Hopefully
that has got to be one of the most unique experiences, man.
It really was.
Do a lot of people in the U.S. go do that?
It's so different leagues. Like Germany is a really big league. Italy's a really big league. There was a guy that played while I was there at Ohio Dominican that went and played in Italy and played there for several years and had a lot of success there. You're not doing it because you're going to make a bunch of money by any means, but it is a good experience. For the most part, a lot of the teams over there, they pay your way for like a bus fare. So like I didn't have a car, but like bus fare. And put you up in a place to stay, internet, all that kind of stuff. So basically, all your out's food.
Yeah.
And then like going and doing stuff. So, but yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, it was a good experience. A lot of people go. Spain is another place that a lot of people play at, which they don't pay near as much. Like they don't pay for near as much, but you're in Spain. So that's pretty cool. Good trade off.
Yeah.
So, but you're not doing it by any means to get rich. If you ever have the opportunity to do it, you should do it because it is a good experience.
Cool, so I never known anybody to go over and do it.
Yeah,
I've done a lot
really
of basketball.
Cool. Basketball. I know.
Yeah.
It's probably, I saw it on your profile. I was like, man, that is cool as hell. I didn't know you could go play football. I didn't know that professional American football leagues.
Yeah, basketball it's way bigger money.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. And I went to Normandy Beach while I was there. Mm-hmm. I went down the Eiffel Tower countless times while I was there. And
you've seen it all. Yeah. Probably just great life experience.
It was. It really was. It put a lens, and it happens to me anytime. It happened to me when I go out to Colorado. It just makes you feel like, man, I'm that small. Like you're just such a small little speck on the world, but making a difference and positively impacting someone's life. That's what it's all about. So hopefully that's what I did while I was over there.
Dude, that's really cool.
That's a great story. Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
Cheers to that.
Ben, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for coming on.
You got to promise to come back again because I'm sure there's a load.
Now we're trying to get Prater on.
Best of luck,
that guy is elusive, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah.
is.
He likes to just slide in and out.
Yeah.
Without he's I like
that. Mind
elusive.
visiting a little bit.
Yeah, he likes to get visits. Why won't he become be a guest, you think?
I don't know.
Camera shy?
He's Jason's a phenomenal guy. I got to shout out a couple people here. Obviously Jason, I owe a lot to him. Yeah, without him I wouldn't be where I'm at. Kevin Weingartner is my other boss, my construction job. He's kind of the same boat. Help me get to where I'm at. And obviously all the AP staff, Cody, Drew, Gabe, all them. Dragon.
Even Dragon.
And I appreciate all those guys.
Why do they call him Dragon?
You have to ask him.
Well, I have.
It's a legend.
Now, he told me he had two stories. He said that They called him
Both
dragging.
probably false.
Well, I believed him each at the time until after, and then I was like, I think they're just pulling my leg on both of these. Okay, so they said that he was sitting at the bus stop one day and on a cold morning and blowing in the air. They said it looked like a dragon, so they started calling him Dragon.
That is also the story I heard.
Oh, well, I'm going to say that's false. Okay. And then they said that he was all the time dragging ass. So they started calling him Dragon.
That doesn't sound true either, man.
Yeah.
If it is, it's very creative.
Yeah. That's not the dragon today. He's a good
kid. So this kid, he's what, 17?
17.
He's senior, right?
Yep.
And he gets up, does the 450 class,
Yeah.
does the 6 class,
Yep.
runs us all out there, goes to school,
Yep.
comes back, works with young kids,
Yep. Works with the youngins.
and then does the 530 class of boxing.
Yep. Well, coach the 5:30 class.
My
And
God, that's a full
sometimes-
day.
Yeah, it is. He's a machine.
And then a lot of times we'll go work out.
Yeah.
Does he play any high school sports?
Baseball.
Baseball.
He's going
It's
to Mount
good.
Vernon, isn't he, or somewhere?
Ohio Christian.
Ohio
He's going to
Christian.
Ohio
Okay.
Christian on,
Yeah, all
on
right.
scholarship baseball there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's
I'll be
a
darned.
great kid.
He is a good kid.
I always ask him, why are you so angry this morning? He's just not a morning person. You're a lot like that.
I don't know if I've ever
Is he
seen
a lot
him
like
angry.
that? You never seen Dragon angry?
No.
He wakes up angry.
I also have to give a shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, Brooke. She's
Brooke.
here.
Hey,
Thank
Brooke.
you, Brooke.
How are you,
Thank
Brooke?
you, Brooke, for coming.
Yes.
But no, I don't think I've ever seen Dragon
Brooke
angry.
throws hands.
Yeah, she'll throw hands.
She'll throw hands. Yeah.
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 I kicked the kick pad one time and it hit her in the eye. Gave her a black eye.
Hey, he's one of those guys that can take his feet up over the heavy bag.
Well, I'd say you about have to, man. And,
Yeah.
and heck, the guy is about 7 feet tall.
I thought they were putting in concrete one day. I heard, and I thought it was somebody driving rebar.
Yeah.
I look over,
no way.
and it was him
You're a
kicking
fool
the
of
back.
it.
I was
It
like,
ain't
my
that
God. I walked over to him, I say, teach me. And you just looked at me like I was an idiot.
Yeah.
No, I did
I
not.
can get my leg up that high.
I know you can. I've got faith in you.
No.
It's small steps.
Has Fat Massey been over there lately?
We'll start. I think he was in last week.
He wasn't.
Him and O'Boyle. Because I'd ask O'Boyle, I'd say, "Where's Budge at?" And O'Boyle would be like, "Bud, you didn't hear he's coaching World Series baseball team." I'd say, "What?" He said, "Yeah, he's coaching World Series baseball team."
No.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
You
this
tell
is
him
great.
just worry about them houses. You tell him,
Yeah. Sell houses.
Yeah.
Okay.
He rated $150 this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah, I'm
right.
surprised he
I
didn't
forgot
die.
about that. Yeah.
I would have. Yeah. Do you know anybody else did that?
Oh, yeah. Swack.
Smalley, Kilgore.
Jenkins. Jenkins did it with like a 4 or 5 man team or something.
That's insane.
You ever want to do that?
Yeah.
No.
No, running ain't my thing.
No, it's not my thing either. The years Jason and Gabe, Brandon Kennedy, Ryan Darnell did it.
Gabe's brother
I'll tell you
did
what,
it.
Barron ran
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Swag with.
He's
Jenkins
another
and them.
gazelle,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, but those Griffiths,
Oh, they're runners.
all they can run.
They're machines.
Yeah.
Well, their dad
Different
was.
breed.
Well, he was. I mean, dude, he was
Yeah.
a long distance runner.
Yeah.
Like if that kind of stuff was big when he was doing like those 100-milers and stuff,
Yeah.
he'd have done that.
That's what he
Wow.
liked to do.
Oh, he'd have done that.
Huh.
I mean, man, his dad, I believe, and let's just story like his dad drive him to Athens, drop him off.
Really?
Say, see you this evening.
Tom's dad?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. He
See
just
you
run
this
home.
evening.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
He just run home, man. Yeah.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. And I mean, he could run. I mean,
Have you got bit by the cycling bug with him yet?
The mountain biking.
Yeah.
Let's see. I went one time, and I walked the bike more than I rode it.
how big a bike would you have to have, dude? Like,
Well,
seriously, that would be a thing.
That's the other thing. So I have a road bike that's fairly big. I mean, it's
Yeah.
super light. But it's
Yeah.
fairly big, and I love riding it on the road.
Uh-huh.
But the trails, and I feel bad. Adam Kohler, don't hate me for this.
He
but,
was just on.
I know. I'm sporting the hat here,
Are you? Yeah.
and so I the entire time as I'm just on the bike, all I'm doing is thinking, just like looking off to my sides. It's like I'm 3 feet away from falling on this rock and never walking again.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
this is just so scary to me.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody that's like, all right, we're gonna throw head kicks at each other, I'm like, okay, right on.
yeah, I was gonna say, man. Like I don't see.
I know. I don't know. It's because I like my feet on the earth,
Yeah, right.
and when they get off the earth, the mountain biking
you
thing.
feel like you lose a little bit of control.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel
So-
like mountain biking will humble you just about as quick, if not quicker, than a good fight.
I believe it. Well, it's you versus you. That's
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it hasn't happened to me yet, but it's going to.
Yeah.
I'm getting too brave.
Well,
okay.
yeah, that's the thing. Like you get a little bit
Yep.
too much confidence, probably.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, like, if you, there's not really anywhere to go.
No.
Like if that thing starts going down, or
Well, it's gonna
start
hurt.
Oh my!
And do
Yeah.
you peg in, like, are your feet locked into the...
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
No.
Because I've heard some horror stories about
Oh, Jubal! Last time I went with him, he went to get off his bike, got hung up, and just toppled over the hill.
that. Yeah.
And I was like, "Why would you do that?"
Yeah. Yeah. So Gabe, sorry, but
Is Gabe locking in?
Gabe locked in one time and got stuck. And
Is he back riding yet?
I think him and Barron. I think Barron ran. See, I work with Barron.
Yeah.
Barron works
okay.
in construction with me, but I think Barron ran and Gabe rode not too long ago. Side of the trails, maybe.
Okay.
So
I was wondering if he was back in the game yet.
He's back. He'll be back.
Huh. I love it. I'm having a great time. Me and my boy, we did 10 miles yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he
10 miles on the trails. That's a lot.
That wasn't on trail, it was on bike path.
Bike path?
Yeah,
Okay.
but still, for an
Yeah,
8-year-old
it's still
on
a
a
lot.
mountain bike,
Yeah.
that was a lot.
Oh my!
Most I've ever done one shot was like 11 and a half. And
Yeah.
I was fairly crushed.
I asked him
afterwards.
today, I said, "Hey, Gibson," I said, "how was your butt today sitting in that hard classroom seat?" And he goes, "Dad, not good."
Yeah, you'll say, "Hey, let's go do another 10 miles there." You're
Yeah.
like, "No, hell with you. I'm not doing that."
No,
again."
you know what he wants to do? He said he wants to keep doing it. He wants to do a YouTube video of him doing the Athens bike trail all the way to Nelsonville.
That's
That'd
awesome.
be kind of cool.
And
Man.
he said, "I want to do that by the end of summer." I said, "Okay, well, let's do it."
Take some training. Yeah.
Yeah.
How,
Oh, yeah,
how
well-
many miles is that?
About 28,
28. Yeah,
if you do the whole thing.
I was thinking I'd heard 30 or something.
Yeah,
That's close.
yeah. It's. I don't even think it might even be 18. To be honest with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not that far. No, I mean, far enough.
That's far enough.
Yeah.
It's still a good track.
Well, Ben, thanks for
thank
coming
you,
in,
buddy.
sir.
Thank you guys.
Look forward to the
Appreciate it.
next time.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
Brooke, thanks for
Anytime.
coming in.
Yeah.
Hit that like and subscribe button. This little red one right there. Just
Yeah,
hit that
yep.
one.
Help us out.
Help us out there. Got anything else we need to tell them?
I mean, check us out on Instagram. Check
Check us out.
on-
Get ready. Our website's probably going to be out about the time his comes
Yeah,
out.
Uh-oh.
we've got some
First
merch.
episode on the website.
ChubbyGuysPodcast.com.
And it's looking
I need to
tight.
cop some merch.
Yes,
Yeah, it's looking tight.
our first order arrived today, but I was not here.
Okay.
So I didn't tell you what I did today, did I?
No.
Donnelly showed up today.
Oh, dear God.
I ended up in Athens today.
Oh, my.
So I was in Athens, biggest part of the
Nice.
So anyway, hit that like and subscribe button. See you.